Hey all, this is part 4. You're here with Ultraviolent 4. We are playing an Octopode wizard of Nemelex. We're about to do D11 and then we're going to head back up and go into lair. Been pretty lucky with the spells that we've found so far this game. We've got all of the utility that came out of our starting Book of Minor Magic, and to add to that we've got 2 smite targeted spells in the form of Airstrike and Poisonous Vapors. Airstrike is irresistible, so it works on everything, and then Poisonous Vapors is really good against anything that doesn't resist poison. So yeah, our highest spell is a level 4 spell, yet we've been mostly not having too much trouble. We've only had to rely on Nemelex's cards in a couple of really scary situations. Other than that, we've been dealing just fine. Do you get it? Because they're cards and we're dealing? Never mind. You have to have a 200 IQ to appreciate jokes like that. Let's play Crawl. Oh god. I missed that. You hear a distant blaring wail to the north, so some monster just stepped on an alarm trap. Lots of things have been alerted, so rip all our stealth that we have with 2 rings of stealth. There's a guardian serpent. That's quite scary because, first of all, we don't know what monsters are behind it, if any. So if it notices us, it might encircle enemies around us. It's also fast, it's resistant to poison, and it has a poison attack itself. And we don't have any poison. So, quite afraid of that one. Because it hasn't seen us. Just trying to think. If we could just bring it up here on its own and make it run through fire. Or even just put a fire down. I don't think it will run through. I'm gonna yell. We're playing with fire here. We can't poisonous vapors it, or vaponation it, because it's got our poison, but we can airstrike it. That's not the right thing. I accidentally summoned a white imp who's susceptible to fire on top, literally on top of fire. That's not very good of me. Being slowed. The problem is it can sit behind there and shoot us with venom bolts. So even if it's not going in the fire, it can still threaten us quite a lot. Maybe we want to start dipping into our bag of tricks here. One thing that I'll point out to you that I didn't notice before is that we've made it to 3 points of piety. So we've now got access to triple draw, which lets you draw 3 cards from a deck and you can choose the one that you most like. I would say don't bother using this or any of the other ones on decks of summoning. Basically, all summons are good, so you're wasting them. For destruction decks, and particularly for escape decks, drawing 3 makes more sense because you don't want to accidentally polymorph enemies, or you don't want to have inopportune cards at inopportune times. How about that? So maybe just for science, how about we try a triple draw? Let's go with the plain deck of destruction. We've got the Storm, we've got Pain, we've got Vitriol. It says here you can do question mark to read their descriptions because we're in this menu. I'll show you in a sec how you can look up cards, but Storm it blows enemies back. You get a surrounding area of storm clouds and a air elemental, which I don't know if it's going to do its silly tornado attack and throw you everywhere. I haven't played Nemelex since they changed air elementals to do that tornado thing. Pain can do a bunch of different things. Can literally do pain, mostly. But it can also do agony. I think it can also do bolts of draining maybe. And Vitriol typically shoots enemies with acid. I want to say that the problem is the storm's really loud, so it might attract lots of enemies. And because the Guardian Serpent can blink enemies encircling us, they will put all the enemies with us inside the Eye of the Storm. So that might not be the best pick. I was thinking I want to do that, but yeah, on second thought, no. Let's go with Vitriol, and we'll see if we can acid it. No, we missed. Okay. Let's just take this slow. I mean, our character is literally slowed, and because he's disappeared, I wonder if he's so smart that he's running around this way. No. Alright. If I get him on the edge of line of sight like this, if he does happen to Venom Bolt us, he'll then be trapped by the fire and we can just run for the stairs. So at edge of line of sight like this, we'll go with some airstrikes. Kind of works. Guardian Turbines have really good MR. Yeah, only 30% on a destruction. We've got Javelins of Poison. What if we throw a Javelin of Returning? A 0 skill, it's not really working. We can shoot a Flame Wand. One more. Okay, and now we're going to just draw from our other plain deck of destruction. We've drawn Pain. Okay, we got a Voltage Ring. Alright, that did it. So thank you, Nemelex. I was just saying about how in the last episode we fought a Sphinx, and I was saying there'll be nothing on D11 that will be scarier than a Sphinx. Not that a Guardian Serpent is scarier than a Sphinx, but that could have been all sorts of horrible if there were other monsters around with the Guardian Serpent. We're kind of lucky there. Alright, sure, let's just make infinite noise. Why not? Oh, there's a Hydra. Okay. We can't poison him, but... Come here, Hydra. Where are you? There he is. Okay. We can make him run through fire. Hydras will mostly run through fire. They're kind of dumb. Our problem here is that it's an 8-headed Hydra and we only have 89 HP. So it could kill us even if we let it hit us once. We've got 8 shield and 18 evasion, so probably some of the heads wouldn't hit. I was thinking... I think we just walk away before we try to blink so that we don't accidentally blink into our own fire cloud. Say we land on this side next to the Hydra and next to the fire cloud. That would not be so good. So what I'm going to do here is step around this corner. This isn't so good because we can't see very many tiles, so we'll probably land... We're likely to land really close to the Hydra. Let's keep going. I think this is better. We're in the middle of the hallway, so now let's try a blink. Alright, and now we can put fires down again. The Hydra's realized that it's nearly dying, so it doesn't want to run through again. So now we can airstrike it. Never mind, changed mind. Oh dear, random energy into us. Thankfully it didn't one-shot kill us. It's so nearly dead, it's in the fire. If we take any action here, it should just die. Let's acid it. Yeah, good. That's a good sneak peek at what we're about to deal with in there. I mean, if we got... Well, no, I was going to say, if we got a really bad blink there, we could have got one shot. Technically, that's true, but we saw when the Hydra did shoot us, we didn't get one shot. She has a dagger of venom. It might be better, more highly enchanted than our current one. Nigale is usually susceptible to Mephitic Cloud, believe it or not. We can't poisonous vapors while she's standing in a cloud already, so I'm just going to airstrike. And she's confused, yeah. She gets really owned by Mephitic Cloud. She's marked as red, so you would think that she should be a relatively high hit dice enemy for this point in the game. But yep, gets Mephitic fairly reliably. We've only got 1 mana left. We could just shoot a plain deck of destruction at her. Yeah, let's just do that. An orb of energy, that didn't do much. We'll go one more, and then we might have to start... Oh god, okay. We got an explosion of ice and frost that hit us. Let's quickly grab her dagger venom. Let's see. +2. Strict upgrade. Goodbye +1 dagger, you've been superseded. We've got identify scrolls, let's do that. Potion. And I really should be doing these scrolls. I don't think we've seen Scroll of Noise yet, which is why I ran back to the stairs. Although, in saying that, we have made so much noise already on this floor. That's interesting. I hope that's not a vault of some sort. And the last scroll. Pain. So we got tormented. Okay. I guess that's another reason to be on stairs. Is that you can go back up to rest if you want. There are no enemies anywhere because we already made too much noise where we were. All the enemies have just vacated. Hey, new book. Book of Fire. Huh. Ah. This could be a direction. Let's see. Oops. We've got 2 points of fire magic, 4 conjurations. I mean, that's not extremely invested. But this could be a way to go. We could even get Ignite Poison. We could have the double combo of Poisonous Vapors plus then igniting the poison. I tend not to like that combo. I think it's kind of unnecessary, but some people swear by it. And we could go heavily into fire with Fireball, Bolt of Fire, Ring of Flames. Yeah. For level 7 spell that's Charms and Fire, I think I'd probably rather just go to Ignition as a level 8 spell. But that's getting way ahead of ourselves. The first question is, do we want to Ignite Poison? Do we want to have Fireball? Maybe. I want to say it's a good idea. At least, let's see, we've got 6 spell levels. So if we learnt Fireball, we wouldn't have Ignite Poison. We're still training spellcasting, so that's fine. I think we're going to need to go higher because we need the spell levels. We've never seen an Amnesia Scroll, correct? So we can't get rid of some of our more useless ones. That'd basically just be Magic Dart, and actually at this point we probably don't need Call Imp either. If we had Amnesia, maybe, but we're going to need more spellcasting. Let's update our target for spellcasting from 8 to 10. And then I think we do ultimately want at least Fireball and Ignite Poison. And then we can ultimately head towards Bolt of Fire, it's level 6. With Ignition probably being a step too far, but I don't know, never say never. Alright, let's pick up Ignite Poison. It's gone to E. I'm going to make a new macro. What's on 1? I've already forgotten. What is on 1? Ah, that's my airstrike. Okay. So we can... yeah, okay. We'll put it on this one. Okay. Oh, wait. More books. Book of Enchantments. Deflect Missiles would be amazing to have. I also tend to really like Silence and Cause Fear, particularly if we end up getting Spider's Nest. I really like that too. Okay, so this dungeon floor giving us a lot more direction in terms of where this character is going to go for spells. Huh. Yeah, Deflect Missiles is great. Because you don't have any AC, so not being hit by projectiles is very valuable for an Octopode. Okay, we've already trained some air, but we'd have to... I think this is a much longer term plan. So I think for the moment, let's see. Ignite Poison is kind of low. How about we train... We'll turn on Transmutations and we'll just do two levels. If we have a look at relative cost, training 2 levels of Transmutation is basically nothing. It costs us barely anything. At 0 aptitude, 2 levels is nothing. And then let's put on fire to at least level 4, which takes us to the same point as conjurations, and then we can see we probably have to train fire and conjurations. And I warned you, this skill target menu has made me really fiddly with skills. Not that that stopped me from training 7 or 8 at once, but now I train 7 or 8 skills with a lot of precision. Oh dear. Haters gonna hate. Let's test this out. We can poison vape. Oh man, it just kills the orc. Never mind. Well, okay. I wanted to poison vape, all of them, and then we could try and ignite poison and see. But we can just do the orc priest. So he's poisoned, so now when we ignite poison him, he takes a bunch of damage and dies. The reason I think ignite poison is mostly kind of unnecessary. Well, first of all, it's a 3 school spell. Admittedly, it's only level 3, but still, 3 spell schools are on their own quite an investment. But also, if you're able to poison something, they die to poison. So, ignite poison just speeds it up. I don't know. It's to say, people really like doing OpWz to poison everything on your screen and then ignite poison them so they all die. But if you're able to OpWz everything on your screen, just OpWz them a couple of times and they'll all completely die. You don't really need another level 3 school spell on top of it. I don't know. Here's another plain deck of destruction. We've still got a lot of inventory slots. Eventually, it's all going to get clogged up with decks, and we'll have to mull over what our 52 most valuable items are, but not yet. That's D11 done. We could go to D12 and at least check it out, but you can get really punished, particularly if there's something like an ice cave there, so then it turns out that you accidentally played yourself and now you've got to stay. Particularly if you're stubborn like me and you really want to do all the portals. So let's just go to Lair instead. We haven't found our poison, so we got to be worried about spiny frogs here. That's probably, and black mambas. They're both going to be really scary. They're fast and poisonous. Let's just check. We've got 6 rings. This is my preferred way to check out rings on an Octopode. Hitting the percent screen, and then you can see here it just lists all your rings. You can also do, let's see, one of these buttons. I don't know, let's just say there's another button that prints out all your jewelry, but as you can see here, unless 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, I've only got 6 lines, so you actually have to scroll to see all 8 slots. You scroll. I feel like we've had multiple acquirement scrolls already. I'm going to hit / minus to see what we don't know yet. Oh, there are lots of scrolls. Okay. Some of these are very valuable. Amnesia we wouldn't mind having right now, but blinking's really valuable, summoning's really valuable. Should we just read it? Even if we got the amnesia, we still wouldn't be able to cast Fireball yet without more training, so I think I'll just wait. And then if we find an ID, called it. Actually, let's just stab while we're stealthing up on these guys. Sick. Always like the free stab. Let's ID it. It's blinking. Okay, there you go. So we made the right call. Apparently we're stealthier than I thought. Hey, this can be the extra value. We poison both and then boom goes the dynamite. It also takes the poison away, so yeah, I don't know. Some people love this spell, Ignite Poison, but I'm always underwhelmed. Here's a Wand of Clouds. The game really wants us to start training some evocation skill. Enslavement's really strong. Acid's strong, but you don't really need evocations for that. And Clouds with some evocation skill can get really good too. But I think for the moment, I'd rather keep working on my defenses and get Fireball up, and then we'll worry about it. Wand of Ice Blast, even more ones. New books. A book of party tricks. Okay, this has a few things I really like. And by that I mean application. I was thinking that this had animate skeleton in it, but that's the book of cantrips. Okay, so we should definitely learn application. That lets us pull items to us. It particularly makes Abyss easier, or yeah, easier if we ultimately end up doing Abyss. It's a spell you don't use much, but when you use it, it's really, really useful. We could also learn summon butterflies as a means of, yeah, it's a good spell. Okay, summon butterflies just spams your screen with a bunch of butterflies. You can switch with them because they're technically your summons, but monsters have to kill them. So it's a really good way to make space between you and enemies. Speaking of which, should we go try to stab him? Probably not. So let's just airstrike him a few times, and then let's start setting up fire. He's not going to come through it? Yeah, he is. Okay, so speaking of butterflies to make gaps, we just did it there. And we could put a fire between him and hope that he's dumb enough to walk into it, but he might also just run around it, in which case he'll be next to us. So I'm going to back up to this point here that he has to run through, and then we'll put the fire there. I don't think he's quite close enough to dying. You can sort of do a bit of ring around the rosy. Let's blink away, and we need to do it again and again. That's better. Alright, how about we chuck out some wands, hit him with an ice blast, and he's not going to walk through now because he's nearly dead. We'll just airstrike him to finish. It's really not killing him. Disintegration 30%, not good enough. Let's go more ice blast. Good, got him. This guy we can constrict to death. Oh, a book of necromancy. Okay. Well, speaking of animate skeleton, suddenly when it rains it pours. Who needs Sif Muna or another magic spell gifting god? Because we have been inundated with spell books this episode. Animate skeleton is always amazing. For a level 1 spell, the value you get out of it is enormous. Regen's always really good, of course. I wouldn't want to go animate dead unless we were going more deeply into necromancy, which I don't really want to do. So we didn't really have a direction, and now suddenly the game's trying to pull us in 3 or 4 different directions at once. We should just learn animate skeleton. I'm so lazy with it though. We should do it because all our spells are smite targeted. Equals S, I'm going to put it on probably Y. And then I'm going to make a macro with tilde-M on the butcher key, which is C, and I'm going to go ZY. So now instead of butchering things, if I do it manually, we're going to animate the skeleton. And I'm thinking that with the bunch of smite targeted spells we have, having skeletons to just get in the way while we smite around them is going to be very powerful. You stepped in the fire, you're dumb. For real. More digging. Again, I'm going to hold off with the scroll reading because it could be summoning. And again, we immediately find the identifier. There's amnesia. Okay, let's get rid of core imp. Okay. I want to learn so many things. We really should get regen. We got to get fireball. I want cause fear at some point. I want deflect missiles. We're gonna struggle. Okay, spellcasting all game. Let's do it. Wow, you also just walked in the fire. Okay, wow. Okay, well, that yak just severely outplayed us. We can get some value here. We'll just individually poison each one and then ignite poison. Wow, it's so underwhelming. Why do people love this spell? I don't know. We'll individually poison them again. Ready? Wow. Whereas if I just poisoned them like this and then kited them with my patience, they would all die as well. Let's not die to the hippogriff though. Speaking of kiting them with patience, not on display there. That's layer 1 done. A wave of frost. Alright, and another, whatever that thing is called, acquirement scroll. We don't have any RC, correct? Correct. We don't have any resistant potions, resistance. So a lot of different ice caves would be extremely dangerous to us, but I don't know, you gotta know. Maybe we could just quaff a mutation potion and just pull out the RC. Could also... my computer's trying to shut down. No, do not quit. Okay, that was odd. We could just try to acquire jewelry right here, right now, and just roll some RC. I've gone armor for the 2 so far. I was hoping for shields. We ended up with a buckler of protection, which is pretty nice, I guess. The extra AC is good, so I guess we don't need to go for a bigger shield right now. Especially because we're going to be trying to head towards higher level spells with Fireball and Co, which means if we went to a full-on shield, until we got to 15 skill points in shields, we'd be getting punished with a shield penalty. So I think the actual answer is to go acquirement. We definitely don't need more books now. We're too many books. We could open a library here. It would be fully stocked. So I think the correct play is actually to go for jewelry. And if we're super lucky, we could get some sort of artifact ring that has RC on it. Let's do it. Jewelry is C. Well, speaking of artifact rings, it could have bad properties. We wasted all our identify scrolls on other regular scrolls. So who's got the last life here? I don't know. Do we just put it on? No, because again, game delivers. This is amazing. Ask and you shall receive. It's wizardry and strength +2. Alright, well wizardry helps. That puts fireball down at 21% to fail. So that's good, but it's not protection from cold. A bit of extra strength gives us bonus constriction. We've made it to 4 pips of piety, so we've got deal 4 now. You pick an unmarked deck, so this doesn't work if you stacked a deck first, and it does all 4 effects at once. You see there that if your deck doesn't have enough to contain the rest of the cards, Nemelex gives you extra cards. Well, he says 1 extra, but it tends to be bad, so it can... I don't know if you can still get banished, but you can get tormented and other such things. Yeah, and once you do it, the rest of your deck is lost. So it pretty much, you want to use it in a panic situation, you just burn through the rest of the deck. You do a whole bunch of explosions and conjurations around you, and hopefully you just blow everything up. Something I meant to show you before is that if you're looking up, you want to look up a card, you can do question mark / it's the same key as the question mark, just without shift. You've got this lookup menu here. if you then press C, you can look up cards. So say we wanted to find out what, I don't know, what's a card? Pain. The pain card. It picks an iron wheel, menacing with spikes and rusted blood. Drawing this card unleashes a necromantic attack spell. If you want to know the actual in-depth details of it, I think Learn D&B is pretty good. Pain card. But you might even need to go to the wiki. Oh no, it tells you here. Alright, so see where it says card power? They're your 3 levels of deck. So a plain one is 0, ornate, snoring. At 0 power you can get agony. You can then get a bolt of draining, and then you can get summons. You can summon flayed ghosts. Okay. That's not quite true. It's not only dependent on the card power. Also your invocations plays into your card power too. So it's both of those things at once. We used a plain deck of destruction before against someone, and we got a bolt of draining even though it was plain, and that's because we've got a bit over 9 invocations. New gift. Speaking of plain decks of destruction, there's one. We got shoals, okay, which is arguably better than swamp, maybe, for this character. Maybe. I'd say that for most octopodes, fast hydras running through water are going to be more dangerous to you than most merfolk are going to be. Especially if you have Mephitic Cloud, because the merfolk are all mostly susceptible to that. They pretty much all are. We hear a melting arch nearby, so it should be close. I want to go in to at least look, even if it's a really dangerous one that we have to immediately leave. I want to know that. It's nearby, but where? Nearby. Here. Okay. I was going to say, I hope this isn't the one that has a double ice dragon. 2 rhyme drakes, maybe we can stab him. Okay, never mind. This is now extremely bad. Okay, because we're frozen, so we move more slowly. We don't have any RC, as we've been saying. And we can't Mephitic them because I went for the greed play. I stepped in to try to stab them. So now I could try to blink and then we can start killing them from range. That's probably the better play. Alright. One guy's poisoned and is nearly dead. We're going to poison the other guy and then we're going to start airstriking him. Because they're flying, they take extra airstrike damage. So that will kill them pretty effectively. 3 potions of heal wounds, that's good. Let's just go in. So we've got random yaks and stuff. This is one that we can at least start. I should have put the fire down before he got right on top of us. That's alright. We can constrict him. We can make all these yaks run the gauntlet with the fire cloud poison vapors trick. Transmutations to 2 turns off. Fire magic is to 1. Can we learn fireball? No, we need 2 more spell levels still. Alright. I was hoping we could just alert 1. They all came. That's alright. We can do a similar thing to these guys. Alright. The next contestant on the price is right. I don't know why that's so funny. Not even close. I should just kill him because he's fast. And I should Mephitic Cloud him because when he is about to die, he goes berserk. He resisted the Mephitic, but that's okay. So I mean, we've got 6 AC. It's not a lot. We don't really want to be hit by a berserk anything if we can help it. He walked in on of his own volition. I should have made him sign a waiver. I accept the reasonably foreseeable risks of walking into fire. I don't know, can bears sign waivers? Maybe. Maybe feel smarter than the average bear. Alright, the ice statue is scary, but not scary. Because we happen to have good ranged options. Scary because we have no protection from cold, and it can shoot bolts of cold. It can shoot, what's that thing called? Ice shards. Can make freezing clouds, etc. But statues don't heal, so we could take thousands and thousands and thousands of turns here if we really want to. Sometimes I have. Where we can step one tile into its vision, we can start hitting it with, our best bet is probably airstrike, and then as we slowly and surely whittle it down, we'll eventually get it. So what is my airstrike button? I want to know it's ZA. Just in case it makes ice base, I don't want to be airstriking the ice base accidentally. Are you gonna come in? He's not smarter than the average bear, this guy. Okay, so when we come back here, the statue is still gonna be just as injured as the last time. So every time we take damage, or he summons friends or makes a freezing cloud, we'll just back up, we'll heal up again, and then we'll come back and do a bit more damage. Repeat until it dies, or you get bored and give up. Yep. I want to get ice clouded, thank you very much. Yep. I'm not worrying about the end of the ice. Oh, I'm trying to do poisonous favors. About the end of it, where you might get something with ferocious amounts of ice damage or cold damage, like a fiend or a frost giant, because we got another one. Very often you happen to find protection from cold gear in here. On the way we might find a ring of RC. We'll see. Alright, well, round 2. Oh dear, he actually completely surrounded us with that freezing cloud. This is a really dangerous spot to be, because I don't know if you paid attention to the freezing clouds over here. They kind of just went around us, but on this one, because of the corner, the freezing cloud sort of twists around, which leaves us trapped in it. Yeah, so I don't like that. Oh, it's alright. We just take our time. Alright, let's not die to the ice beast. We can just put a flame down and then go AFK. I guess we may as well hit it with our trident. Okay, never mind. We can't constrict these guys. Hey look, he's been poisoned. Here we go. The value. Oh yeah. Oh, the value. Amazing. They're susceptible to fire, so they get destroyed by that combo. Amazing. I don't know why I'm talking so much smack about ignite poison. But yeah, not a fan. Oh, we're out of mana. It looks like it's one shot from dying. Why isn't it dying? Are you ready? Wow. Oh dear, it hurts. Really hurts. Kindly die. Okay, I see potions behind it. You'll very often... Oh, can we stab? No. You'll very often get potions of resistance here, along with might and agility potions. So we picked up 4 yellow potions. Backslash minus, what don't we know? We don't know agility, so it's likely to be that. I think it's unlikely to be anything else really. 4 resistance seems like too many. We don't have any ID. Maybe I should just quaff one under the guise that it's probably agility, and if not, I really want to know that it's resistance because it means that we can potentially stay here. And it's a frost giant. Okay. They can walk across deep water, but slowly. Oh, okay. Alright, we might be able to set up some cheese here with some Octopode strats. Let's dig through here. I just wanted to see if there was a treasure in there. It didn't. But I set up a path here now that runs through the deep water. Let's get as much deep water in as we can. Maybe by... Actually, we have so many digging charges, I don't know why I'm even worrying about it. We've got 40. We can just dig like mad. Okay, never mind. So we'll dig that out. And then we'll dig that out. Okay. I still want to know if that's resistance, just in case. But the reason I've done this is so I've set up a big, enormous pillar that involves deep water. Because we're an octopode, we can move at normal speed through deep water. The frost giant is giant-sized, believe it or not. Giant-sized enemies can walk through deep water, but they are slowed, I believe. I'm 99.9% sure. Giant. Also strange experimental species. Okay. Maybe size will tell me. No, that's player size. Size 2. No. Anyway, I'm 99.9% sure that as giants walk through deep water, they're slowed by it, which means we can kite the frost giant at the edge of our line of sight and just slowly poison him with poison vapors. Let's do it. Alright. Yeah, I still want to know. It's flight. Okay, I was wrong when I said it's probably not anything except agility. Yeah, I did not think of flight. True. Frost giants aren't susceptible to fire. Correct. Okay. So we just keep him on line of sight. We slowly but surely poison vapors him. Him being on the edge of line of sight means that if he bolt or colds us, we can then just walk out of vision. I feel like this is going to be very slow and still very dangerous. If this really goes bad, we've got to scroll blinking. Alright. I mean, this is working. OS frog. Should we... I need to get him back to the edge of line of sight before I keep messing around. Alright, should we see if we can finish him off with an ignite poison? I mean, he's very nearly dead and as sick as possible, but we could burn that poison out of him and show off how good this spell is. Ready? Wow! Look how much stuff we got. Alright, so our fire magic target was reached at 4. We got spellcasting to 8. And we reached level 13. So yeah, that was a bit of non-degenerate Octopode gameplay. We used deep water there to kite the frost giant. I mean, we didn't totally chase him. It's not like he couldn't reach us, but yeah, he couldn't reach us. Because we were always going to be faster through the water. Okay, let's have a look at our spells. We can learn Fireball. Done. Let's put it on. X is my poison vapors. No. Let's switch that around. No, I am manually casting poison vapors sometimes. Okay, I'm gonna put it on. I'm gonna move my airstrike. This is always the most fun time of the episode where Ultra plays with his macros for a while. And Fireball I'm gonna put on X. Wait, no, I'm not. I'm gonna put it on A. There we go. Okay, we're good. Alright. We're gonna keep approaching the vault from this side though, because some of these monsters, like the polar bear, can make it through the deep water, but the yaks and the... Oh man, just feel so mad, I need to blink away. The yaks and the wolves can't. The wolves. So this is more like non-degenerate Octopode gameplay right here. We just camp in the deep water while we poison vapors them to death. I mean, we're out of mana. We can just pull out a trident and hit stuff with the trident. That's also not degenerate. I don't know why I find this so funny. I think it's because people think Octopode's so weak, but look at this. How could this be weak? Look at this. I mean, how could you beat this? If you were a monster in the dungeon, how would you beat this? It's so smart. You couldn't. Ooh, look at all these shields. A shield of cold resistance. A large shield of cold resistance. Alright. And okay. Well, as curious as I am about the Icor, as curious as I am about that artifact halberd, it's two-handed, and a shield is so valuable as an Octopode. But we just found a magical shield and a magical large shield, which makes me want to just train shields forever. Okay, new plan. Let's stop dodging at 10 for the moment. We'll stop focusing fighting, but keep training it because it's valuable. Actually, I should be checking fire magic. Fireball needs a little bit more. We'll take fire and conjurations, if I can find it on my list there. We'll take both of those to 5, and then we'll reassess. Let's actually pick up the shield though. We don't need the scimitar of flaming, the +4 dagger, whatever. The whip of venom. Alright, fine, we'll keep the +4 dagger just in case we do get brown weapon. But let's pick up that large shield, let's not forget that. I'm gonna test this shield of cold resistance. Yeah, puts our fireball to 50% chance to fail. That's not horrible because everything else is still castable, but I think in Lair, once we leave, actually I'm gonna leave that on while we're still in the ice cave, but I think once we leave ice cave and go back to Lair, there's not that much cold damage, so we're probably better off just having access to fireball and having the extra AC that comes off it being protection. But the plan here basically is that we'll get our fire and conjuration to the level we want for fireball. We'll get dodging to 10, and then after that we'll start focusing shields, and we're going to take it to 15. Look at this. Even when you're not training a skill, you can still put a target on. Isn't that amazing? We're at the back end of the vault now. Who'd have thunk it? Oh yeah, I didn't mean to make him gauntlet run yet. We can Mephitic Cloud him. No, we can't. Okay, we'll just Poison Vapors him. I'm pretty sure we can't constrict a polar bear. And he's gonna tick out. They swim, so they're not slow through the deep water. Blink away. Blink away. Please have better blinks. I really need to get away from this berserk bear, that's better. And we'll just ice blast him. And again. Okay. There were some not very stellar blinks right there. Let's be smarter and actually use our spells properly. That's better. That's a lot easier. Whoa. They work together. Sometimes monsters will do that. They'll figure out, actually we should let the other one pass, so it's not just one of us at a time fighting. Just trying to get some good hallway. I had to do both tiles there because I didn't know which one he's gonna take. This should get him. Okay, it's kind of superfluous. That's our ice cave done. We did it without RC. Kind of did some degenerate things, but that's alright. Wait, we haven't finished yet. We're not out. Tried to go around and then realized that I was too clever for that. Alright, so we're out of the ice cave. I'm going to drop the large shield here. It's going to be a long time before we use a large shield. If we ever get there at all. I think we will. Having a large shield is so good. I'd rather have the extra survivability from a large shield. Even if that basically rules out going the higher level fire spells such as ignition. Yeah, I really, really like large shields on Octopodes. But we can just leave it here because it's going to be a long time before we're going to use that. Not much cold out here, so we're going to switch back to the buckler protection, and then, I don't know, at some point we'll make the shield switch. But I think that won't be right now because having done that ice cave, I think that's me for this episode. If you join me in the next one, we'll keep going with Lair. I was just thinking, we're nearly at Nemelex Piety to have deck stacking, but we don't have any good decks that we really want to stack yet. Maybe we'll get one, and you can see it happen in the next episode. Bye.